your heart, not your polished prayers or perfect performances, but your real, raw, surrendered heart. The one that aches, the one that questions, the one that longs for more but is scared to believe again. That heart. I want that heart. And I still choose it. You thought you had to climb back to me, that you had to earn your way into my presence. But I've been here the whole time. I never left. I never held my love at a distance. You're the one I ran after, even when you turned your back. You're the one I wept over when you couldn't feel anything at all. You're the one I carried when your legs gave out under the weight of it all. I never loved you less in your brokenness. I never saw your failures as a reason to leave. I saw them as opportunities for healing. I saw them as the canvas upon which I would write redemption in bright, bold strokes. Your past may have left scars, but I see beauty in those scars. They're not signs of your defeat. They're evidence of your survival. They're proof that even when everything tried to break you, it didn't. You're still here. You're still breathing. And that means purpose still beats within you. You don't need to go back and undo the damage. You just need to bring it to me. Let me rebuild what was shattered. Let me revive what was buried. Let me restore what was lost. You are not too far. You are not too broken. You are not beyond repair. You are the one I chose, and I will never unchoose you. There is still more in you than you realize. There is still oil in your jar, even if you can't see it. There is still fire in your spirit, even if the flame feels faint. You are not done. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. The enemy may have tried to convince you that your detour was your disqualification, but I declare that your delay is not denial. I am the God who redeems time. I am the God who restores years the locusts have eaten. I am the God who brings water from the rock and manna in the wilderness. I make a way when there is no way. I bring life to dry bones, and I still choose you. You've cried in silence, and I counted every tear. You fought battles no one knows about, and I've seen every swing of your sword. You've survived seasons that should have destroyed you, and I was the strength you didn't know was carrying you. You thought your story was over, but I'm just getting started. The pen is still in my hand. The ending you feared is not the one I've written. You thought the door closed, but I have keys to doors you haven't even seen yet. I will open what no man can shut. I will pour out what no one can contain. I will fulfill what I promised. The shame that's haunted you has no place in my presence. The guilt that's gripped you does not have the final word. I am rewriting your story, not by erasing the past, but by redeeming it. I use broken vessels. I raise up the unlikely. I crown the weary. I call the unqualified. I move through the humble. And I still choose you. Not because of your record, but because of your heart. Not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. I choose you because you belong to me, and nothing can separate you from my love. Not failure, not fear, not the deepest valley or the darkest night. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to hide from me. Just come. Just be. Just rest. Let my love meet you right where you are. Let it wash over the places you're still ashamed of. Let it remind you that nothing you've done changes who you are to me. You are my child, my creation, my joy. My purpose for you is not over. My hand has not lifted. My eyes are still on you. My voice is still calling. Come home. Come back to peace. Come back to hope. Come back to me. You were never rejected. You were always chosen. Even when you forgot how to believe, I believed in you. Even when you questioned me, I never stopped pursuing you. Even when you gave up on yourself, I didn't give up on you. That's who I am. That's what love looks like. I do not abandon. I do not forsake. I do not walk away. I am faithful, even when you are not. I am near, even when you are far. I am constant, even when everything else crumbles. And I still choose you. Not the future you. Not the fixed-up version. The real you. The hurting you. The hopeful you. The one who wants to trust again but doesn't know how. That's the one I want. That's the one I died for. That's the one I live to restore. So breathe. Let the weight lift. Let the guilt dissolve. Let the lies break. You're not alone. You never were. And you never will be. I am here. I am with you. I am for you. And I still choose you. You've wandered through seasons that made you question your identity. Seasons that made you shrink and second-guess the sound of your own heartbeat. The voices that told you you're too much and yet somehow never enough tried to drown out my truth. But my voice never stopped speaking. Even in the noise, I whispered. Even in your running, I pursued. I didn't give up when you walked away. I didn't withdraw my love when you withdrew your trust. I simply waited. Waited with arms open and eyes filled with compassion. Not once did I prepare a speech of condemnation. I was writing a song of restoration. I was writing the next chapter where your ashes became beauty, where your mourning turned to joy, and your shame transformed into glory. You may not understand why you're still here, why after everything you've endured, your heart still beats, your spirit still flickers with something resembling hope. That's me. That's my fingerprint on your soul, reminding you that you're not finished. That the worst thing that happened to you is not the final line in your story. I kept you alive because I still have more for you. I protected you when you didn't even want to be protected. I preserved your purpose when you thought it was pointless. I stood between you and destruction more times than you'll ever know, not because you begged for it, but because you belong to me. You may not have always believed in me, but I've never stopped believing in you. You tried to disqualify yourself because of what others said or what you came to believe in your lowest moment. But I don't operate by human metrics. I don't choose according to worldly resumes or status. I choose based on heart. And even in the middle of your doubt, your heart has been turned toward me. Even if you didn't have the words, I heard the ache. Even when you shut every door, I waited outside them all. Love doesn't kick down the door. It waits for the invitation. But it never leaves the porch. And here I am, still standing, still knocking, still hoping you'll let me in. Not just into the neat parts of your life, but the messy rooms too. The unspoken hurts, the unresolved battles, the places you swore you'd never show anyone again. You thought that because you walked away, I would walk away too. But I'm not like them. I don't love on condition. I don't abandon in disappointment. I don't vanish when things get complicated. I draw closer. I pursue harder. I step deeper into your wilderness because I know the way out. You don't have to map the route. Just take my hand. Let me walk you out of what you thought you'd never escape. Let me show you joy again. Let me restore the things that withered while you were surviving. Let me surprise you with how much beauty is still possible even here, even now. I see you trying to piece together your confidence. I see the war between your past and your purpose. I see you wondering if you can still be useful, still be chosen, still be welcomed. And my answer hasn't changed. Yes, yes, and yes again. I didn't change my mind when your circumstances changed. I didn't revoke your identity when your faith wavered. Your mistakes didn't scare me. Your silence didn't disappoint me. Your weakness didn't lessen your value. I am not in love with an illusion of you. I love the real you. The one who cries in secret, the one who still dares to dream in fragments, the one who shows up even when they feel like they're faking it. That's the one I chose. That's the one I want. Don't let shame write the end of your story. Don't let regret chain you to who you used to be. I am still writing, still creating, still transforming. I make all things new, not just once, but again and again. You're not stuck in your last failure. You're standing at the edge of your next redemption. If only you could see what I see when I look at you. I see light. I see promise. I see royalty clothed in grace. I see strength wrapped in softness. I see someone who made it through what was meant to break them. I see a warrior who still shows up. And I am proud. I'm not waiting for you to earn my approval. You already have my affection. The journey has been long. I know you're tired. I know you've given more than anyone realizes. I know you've carried burdens in silence, worn smiles like armor, and prayed prayers through clenched teeth. But now is the time to breathe again, to let me refresh your soul, to remind you that you're not responsible for carrying the weight of the world. You were never meant to walk alone. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to fall into my arms and exhale. You're allowed to let go of what you can't control and trust me to hold it all. When others walked away, I stayed. When you were misunderstood, I understood perfectly. When your prayers felt hollow, I filled the silence with my presence. And when you wondered if I still cared, I sent reminders, through sunsets that caught your breath, through unexpected kindness, through the strength that rose inside you when you thought you had nothing left. Those weren't coincidences. They were me, all me. And I will never stop proving my love. Not because you demand it, but because it's who I am. I am love. And love always shows up. Let me show you what restoration really looks like. It's not just a return to what was. It's the unveiling of what could be. It's not a rewind. It's a resurrection. You thought the dream died. You thought the calling was canceled. But I was simply preparing you to carry it with deeper wisdom, with clearer vision, with fuller grace. This time, you won't be doing it to prove your worth. You'll be doing it from the overflow of knowing you are already worthy. This time, you'll walk in power, not in performance. You'll walk in peace, not pressure. You'll walk in partnership with me, not alone. You're still the one I chose, before the wounds, before the mistakes, before the fear, and still after all of it, still in the middle of it. My choosing doesn't have an expiration date. My love doesn't fade with time. I chose you before you took your first breath, and I'll choose you with your last. Every time you wonder if you've gone too far, I'll remind you that grace goes further. Every time you question if I still see you, I'll answer, I never looked away. Every time you feel like giving up, I'll whisper, but I'm not done, but. So let the healing begin, not because you're ready, but because I am. Let the joy return, not because everything is perfect, but because I am with you. Let the tears fall if they must, because I catch them all. Let your heart break open so I can fill it again. Let the old fall away and the new arise. I am not only the God of your past, I am the God of your future. I am doing a new thing, even now. I am making rivers in your desert, paths in your wilderness, and hope rise from the ashes. You are still the one I choose, still the one I sing over, still the one I wait for, still the one I call beloved, even now, especially now, not because of what you've done, but because of who I am. And I am love. I am mercy. I am restoration. I am yours, and you are mine. Even in the stillness, in the ache that lingers without language, in the days when your prayers turned into sighs, and your hope was held together by fragile threads, you were never forgotten. The world may have turned its back, people may have walked away, and even you may have stopped seeing worth in your reflection, but I never turned my gaze. I never lost track of your heart, even when you lost track of mine. You've mistaken your delays for denial, your detours for disqualification, your failures for finality. But my love was never conditional on your consistency. It has always been rooted in my character, and my character is unchanging. I still choose you. There were moments you stood in the mirror and saw only fragments, only the echoes of who you used to be. There were moments when the pain distorted your vision and the wounds rewrote your worth. You buried parts of yourself to survive, your dreams, your joy, your softness, and you convinced yourself that protection meant withdrawal. But I saw it all. I watched as the light dimmed in your eyes, and I never looked away. I didn't need you to perform healing before I could hold you. I didn't ask for answers before offering restoration. I didn't need an apology before I showed up with mercy. That's the beauty of grace. It's not earned. It's extended. It's not a reward for the righteous. It's a rescue for the weary. You were never too late to receive it. Even in your quiet rebellion, even in the rooms where you sat in your own silence, grace was reaching. I heard the words you never said, the questions that burned like fire under your breath. You wondered if I still remembered your name, if I still held space for you in my heart, if the promise had passed you by. But let me tell you, my promises do not expire with your mistakes. They do not dissolve because of your doubts. My promises are eternal because I am eternal. I am not constrained by time or circumstance. I am not caught off guard by your weakness. I knew every moment you would falter, and I still chose you. I still appointed you. I still anointed you. Before the world ever whispered its judgments, I had already spoken identity over you. Chosen, loved, seen, covered, called. There were days when the weight of regret made it hard to breathe, nights when the past replayed like a broken record, and sleep felt like a stranger. You tried to outrun the echoes of your own voice, the memories of your own decisions, but I was never running from you. I was always walking beside you even when you didn't see me. I was the presence in the silence, the whisper in the chaos,